Let me show you a few of the products that we've done. This is the new fabrics for the Airbus 380. So this is good news for frequent flyers because the fabric is so clean you can eat it. So if you find yourself at 15,000 meters with a fiber deficiency, you can eat your chair. The water coming out of the textile mill is so clean you can drink it. This is a biological nutrient fabric, and it was made in Switzerland. And just in an ironic twist, it used to be that their trimmings were declared hazardous waste, and they couldn't bury or burn them legally in Switzerland. And they were exported to, guess where? Spain. They shipped their hazardous waste trimmings to Spain. But what you realize that the first industrial revolution has met its end when the trimmings of your fabric are declared hazardous waste, but you can sell what's in the middle, right? You're selling hazardous waste. So the simplest and cheapest thing that they could do was not trim the fabric and sell it to the customer untrimmed. Otherwise, they would have hazardous waste. So it's a very ironic situation. So by redesigning the chemistry, all of a sudden the trimmings become compost and mulch for the local garden club. They go back to resource growth, they go back to fiber production or food production, whatever, and we start to close the cycles for biological nutrients. With technical nutrients, a good example is carpet made with nylon and polyolefin. And working with Shaw Industries, owned by Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway, we designed a carpet collection based on their protocol that they had developed on Cradle to Cradle, where the carpet is made with nylon 6, which is infinitely recyclable through caprolactam, chemically recyclable. So they take the carpet back, they shred it, the light nylon goes up, the heavy thermoplastic polyolefin goes down, and they can recycle both, this one using thermal recycling, this one using chemical recycling, and carpets can become carpets again forever. So when you finish with your carpet, if you say you want to go from blue to red, instead of destroying the planet when you make the phone call, that you call the carpet company, you say, I want you to take this back, make it into new carpet, and I want you to supply me with new carpet. And so instead of destroying the world, when you change something, you just create jobs. Right? So we need jobs, and we need to celebrate the fact that people might want to go from blue to red without destroying the planet. So for Milliken Company, we developed a new wall covering that doesn't use PVC. We've certified this product that they've developed. We've done window shades, non-PVC. These are polyolefin window shades. We work with the major furniture companies. Steelcase, the largest in the world, Herman Miller, Hayworth, have all got certified cradle-to-cradle chairs. We work with the U.S. Postal Service. Now all the priority mail envelopes in the United States and boxes are all cradle-to-cradle certified. 700 million a year are certified cradle-to-cradle. And so the questions we ask are the materials recyclable and compostable or compostable? This is the Think chair from Steelcase. It can be taken apart in 5 minutes with tools that you would find in your kitchen drawer. Do you have reverse logistics? This is the Shaw carpet, where Shaw has the 15th largest truck fleet in the United States. Just to give you an idea, the carpet waste in the United States alone is over 2 billion kilos per year. 2 billion kilos of waste carpet per year. So imagine if we put that in closed cycles. Working with Ford Motor Company, we did a concept car, Model U, based on the ideas of Cradle to Cradle as a product of service for an automobile. Working with renewable energy, Steelcase Corporation just bought an 8 megawatt wind farm in Texas to provide all the energy needed to make their furniture from wind. And is your water drinkable? This is the water coming out of a textile mill in Quebec before we arrived and did our chemistry, and this is after we did our chemistry. And are you providing social fairness? This is Herman Miller's factory we designed where they make this furniture. The office workers and the factory workers all share the same public street in the factory where the cafes and the conference rooms and training rooms and things are. And so it's a company very famous for its social engagement. So to sum this up, Cradle to Cradle certification now is underway, and I'm pleased to say that we've got in Ignacio Cubina a champion for this in Spain and Portugal, who will be able to take companies and help them with their work toward getting Cradle to Cradle certified. So we're very excited about that. Now, let me just jump over, since I am an architect, let me talk about some buildings that we've done. And I'd like to look at buildings like trees and cities like forests as we move up. So the first example is this one. This is an experimental project done for Oberlin College in Ohio in the United States. And the thing that's important about this one is that it produces 13% more energy than it needs to operate. So it sends 13% more energy to the grid than it needs to function. So it's a building as a generator, and it purifies its own water. This is known as a living machine. It's a small biological waste treatment plant operated by the students in this university building as a science project to purify the water. This is our corporate campus for the Gap Corporation. It's now the corporate headquarters of YouTube, and it has the ancient grasses of this place, this oak savanna. The live oaks and the ancient grasses were the biological reality of this place before humans arrived here, and certainly before the Westerners arrived here. So we've replaced the habitat with the ancient habitat. This is the roof of that building. We're restoring the habitat at the Herman Miller factory to its ancient forest conditions. This is working its way from meadows up to forests now, and the building involves 350 workers. 350 people went from making $250 million worth of furniture a year to $350 million worth of furniture a year. And all they did was move from a dark factory to a light factory. This is our corporate campus for Nike. It's a large geothermal system. It's heated and cooled from the ground. It collects rainwater and uses it for all the various purposes on the landscape and for flushing toilets and things like that. It's set to receive solar collectors and green roofs, and it's designed to be converted to housing in the future, so that if it ever doesn't want to be an office building, it can become housing. Here in Barcelona, Eco Urban, and here we're looking at the idea of poetically intertwining biological and technical nutrient roofs. The idea is that you have green roofs and solar collecting blue roofs, and the idea that a roof should be photosynthetic, something that either makes oxygen or makes energy. And at the Ford Rouge, this is one of the largest industrial sites in the world. The joke in Dearborn, Michigan is that this is a color photograph. This is the new factory that we've designed with Ford. And basically, the idea that we would bring other species back is really, to me, quite exciting. These are killdeer eggs, and the birds arrived within 5 days of the new roof being put down. And it's saved Ford millions of dollars in costs. This is a study for Walmart for the future of distribution, cradle to cradle, where you'd have materials that are going out to the customers, materials coming back, going back into the recycling systems. It would be hidden in the landscape so it couldn't be seen or heard. This is a study for new airport, solar-powered airport with green roofs.